The best option for spotting wildlife while trekking in Kerala is still the Periyar Tiger Reserve. Here you can encounter wild elephants, gaurs and wild dogs, and though it's rare, there is also a chance of seeing a bear. The most remarkable sight, however, is the elusive tiger, a truly rare treasure in the jungle. Witnessing a tiger in its natural habitat while trekking is an unforgettable experience. Now let's dive into the story of this jungle camp adventure. Our journey began about 3 to 4 days ago. We started from Munnar, enjoying the beautiful waterfalls on our way to Kambam and Theni. From there we travelled to Meghamalai, took in the stunning views and reached Thekkady at night, where we stayed at the Woodnote Resort. This morning, we took the Gavi route to the jungle camp in Vallakadavu. We had booked a trekking and a safari package through Travelnote, a travel company, and soon after, we headed to our accommodations. We were riding our bike through the Periyar Tiger Reserve. Our guide mentioned that just 4 days ago they spotted a tiger's footprint along this path. After passing through the Vallakadavu checkpost, we need to ride another kilometer through the forest to reach the jungle camp. This is the Periyar River, and we're crossing the first bridge over Kerala's largest river. This spot is located just below the Mullaperiyar Dam. From here, the river merges with other streams, and by the time it reaches Aluva, it widens to about half a kilometer. We have arrived at the jungle camp, which has 8 permanent tents in each compound. There is a central area between the tents for sitting and chatting, creating a cozy atmosphere. The camp offers basic yet comfortable tent accommodations for those who enjoy staying in the forest. The entire area is surrounded by electric fencing, so there is no need to worry about safety. They have arranged 7 to 8 shared washrooms, and the comfort in the tents is quite basic, with just one light and one charging socket. For those who prefer staying outdoors and want a similar experience, there is a package like the one we booked through Travelnote. This package includes resort accommodation, transportation, trekking, and a safari. Our trek begins at 3 o'clock. Our first sighting was an Indian giant squirrel, perched on a tree, picking and eating fruits. This trek starts with a challenging section, but the rest of the route in Thekkady is mostly on the flat terrain. In our case, we need to cover 7 kilometers in about 2.5 hours and then return. Here we spot a black Nilgiri langur. Usually, they run away at the sight of people, but this one is just sitting in here, seemingly unbothered. We are walking along a road within the Periyar Tiger Reserve, which is normally off limits to the public and serves as a route to Gavi. After about 15 minutes on this road, we are ready to start our actual hike, branching off to the left. This section is the most challenging part of the trek, with a steep uphill climb for the next half an hour. As we climb these hills, we can feel the elevation increasing, with each hill revealing yet another one above it. The low crowd allows us to take our time with each step. Rushing would make it hard to finish the trek. After completing half of the climb, the remaining area consists of open hills without trees. We're only halfway up and still need to reach the top of the mountain. We need to be cautious around these grassy areas as they are prime spots for bears. When approaching, it's the best to make some noise and tap with a stick. In the forest, bears are unpredictable and can be very dangerous, so it's important to stay alert around their habitat. A unique feature of Manamutti Hills is the ability to spot animals at a distance similar to the Masai Mara. With no trees and open plain terrain, it's easy to identify animals using binoculars. The toughest part of the trek is reaching the top, but once you're there, you're rewarded with stunning views in every direction. To the left, you can even see the Periyar Dam. Though I'm not zooming in the video, there's also a large police station nearby, staffed by about 50 officers. As the sun was shining in a beautiful golden hue, we were walking when we spotted a few wild dogs near the nearby hills. These wild dogs usually travel in large packs, and the chances of spotting them are higher around this area, especially on the Manamutti Hills. Wild dogs are some of the most brutal hunters in the animal kingdom. Before the prey even dies, they often tear it into as a pack and eat it together. When they heard our sounds, they noticed us, but generally, wild dogs do not attack on humans, so we were safe. Though African wild dogs and Indian wild dogs look different, their hunting behavior and lifestyle are very similar. If we zoom in on the mountains, there's a chance we might spot elephants or other animals. As we gaze at a mountain partly lit by sunlight and partly shaded by clouds, we notice a bear on the next mountain over. It hasn't seen us. It's busy searching through the grass for something. Termites, anthills, and certain root vegetables are all part of bear's diet. With its keen sense of smell, it can detect termites beneath the soil. Fortunately, the bear hasn't picked up our scent, as the wind is blowing in the opposite direction. As it moves a bit closer, we decide to approach the next mountain to get a closer look. The reason elephants and bears are considered the most dangerous animals in the forest is that they may attack not out of hunger but for their own safety. A single kick from an elephant could be deadly, while a bear's attack with its powerful claws is equally lethal. Bears have some of the toughest nails in the animal kingdom. Fortunately, they usually don't notice us since they tend to keep their gaze focused downward as they walk. If they do see us, they might move away unless they're with their young, in which case approaching too closely can be very dangerous. We arrived near the spot where the bear was last seen. It might still be hiding in the tall grass. Officer Vishnu and our guide, also named Vishnu, are with us. Guide Vishnu, who is leading the way, has sharp eye for spotting animals in the area. He heard a faint sound coming from the grass. It's the bear scratching at something hidden over there. We stepped back and spotted the bear again. It raised its head at the sound of the noise, noticed us, and quickly moved back into the grass. Locals call her Meera. She has 3 to 4 cubs somewhere across these mountains. When we reached the top of Manamutti Hills, We spent 10 to 15 minutes scanning for any signs of animals. Sitting quietly, we zoomed in on the surroundings mountains and spotted a gaur in the distance. This is the best time for wildlife sightings, as animals are easy to spot from a stationary position than when walking. Bringing binoculars is essential on this trip. I have switched to the Nikon Z6 3-camera paired with the Nikon 180 600mm lens. The focus and the image detail are impressive with excellent color tones for wildlife shots. The camera's stabilization and battery life are also great, making it a fantastic upgrade. Alongside the Nikon, I'm also using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'll add more camera details in the description. After about 5 minutes, we spotted many animals on the surrounding mountains. The Manamutti trek offers a unique experience compared to the dense forest trails, allowing us to see a wide range of wildlife. That is why it's so popular among the wildlife enthusiasts. We have already seen several animals including monkeys, gaurs, bears, and wild elephants. But we're still waiting for the most elusive sight, the tiger. Tigers are common on safaris, but spotting one while trekking is rare. As we watched, a sambar deer appeared, likely running to find water. Turning to look in the opposite direction, we saw a sight, India's national animal and the king of the forest, the majestic tiger. It emerged from the grass and laid in an open area, unaware of us at sight. Once it noticed us, it moved back into the grass. We tried to get a better view by climbing to the top of the mountain on the other side, and there it was, watching us from a grassy clearing. Words cannot describe how I felt at that moment. I've dreamed of seeing a tiger in Periyar for the years, and now the dream has come true. This tiger, a 4-year-old, known locally as Aishwarya, eventually moved behind the mountain. For those who worry about animal attacks on the forest treks, this encounter is proof that animals like tigers tend to avoid humans when they notice us at first. I have visited various spots in Thekkady for 30 to 40 trips, each time dreaming of seeing a tiger. Finally, Aishwarya made that dream come true. The sighting lasted only 10 to 20 seconds, but she posed long enough for 3 to 4 photos before slipping away. After this incredible moment, I didn't even bother taking videos of elephants. On Manamutti hills, tiger sightings happen only 2 to 3 times a year. Not because tigers aren't around, but because it's all about timing. We have to arrive at just the right moment, as the difference of even 10 minutes would mean missing the tiger. For anyone hoping to see a tiger like this, keep trying, and one day your timing will align. We spotted a number of wild gaurs grazing on the hill. When trekking on Manamutti hill, you can often see many wild animals, even from a distance. Some people mistakenly refer to them as bison. But this is not a bison. In fact, there is no bison in India. This is the Indian wild gaur, which belongs to a completely different species. For those planning to stay, you have the option of the jungle camp or an outside stay. We stayed at the Woodnut Resort as a part of the package with Travelnote. They managed our accommodation, transportation, and even arranged the tent package if needed. After a good night's sleep, we're heading out for the morning safari. This package includes the safari, Manamutti Hill Trek, bird watching and boating. Manamutti Hill trekking is exclusively available as a part of the package. There's no option to book it separately. We arrived early at the checkpost, giving us time to explore the area on foot before meeting up with the safari vehicle. Right at 6:30, our adventure began. When it comes to the safari, unfortunately, this one ranks among the less ideal experiences in Kerala. The vehicle is fully enclosed, making it difficult for photographs to capture any images. The route simply goes up to Gavi and then returns along the same road. In contrast, places like Kabini, Bandipur, and Mudumalai, located nearby, offer well-organized safaris in open vehicles, enhancing the experience significantly. It's unclear whether our local authorities are aware of this difference. Here, only those in the front seats can fully enjoy the views. Across Kerala, safaris seem to be run more as a basic tours rather than true wildlife experiences. They miss the essence of immersing visitors in the forest, spotting animals and taking photos, which are an integral part of the true safari. This is one of the forest camps. Several camps like this are set up in the forest to help prevent hunting. Just on the other side of the camp, we spotted a large gaur grazing peacefully. The gaur seemed displeased with the guard standing in the camp shed. Though it can't enter due to large trench, it tried to intimidate by shaking its massive horns. When a tiger attempts to attack a gaur, a single shake of those horns can send the tiger flying. Our Aishwarya wouldn't be able to take down a gaur. It would take a strong, healthy male tiger of about 6 years to catch one of these powerful animals. For those without prior experience in safaris or trekking but eager to see tigers and leopards, Karnataka's forest safaris are a great option. In 3 to 4 safaris, you're likely to catch at least one tiger sighting. Spotting a tiger while trekking, however, is much rarer. Additionally, for beginners, the Manamutti hill trek can be quite challenging. Our vehicle reached a viewpoint. This is a Gavi viewpoint. We stopped here for about 10 minutes to see if any animals were nearby. The guide mentioned that about a year ago they saw a tiger walking in the distance from this very spot. Now we are heading towards the final viewpoint of our safari. The vehicle dropped us off on one side of the Gavi Dam, allowing us to walk across and take in the views before rejoining it on the other side. From here, we headed back to the starting point along the same road. The Gavi Dam marks the final stop on our safari journey. We had 15 minutes to explore Gavi, but entry to the dam or any other areas isn't permitted. We could only walk along the road. Even from the roadside, you can spot birds and monkeys. To access the Gavi Dam itself, you'd need to book a dedicated Gavi package, which we've covered in detail in other videos. The travel company we booked with also offers packages to Gavi, Alappuzha, Munnar and other popular destinations. I'll add their contact information in the description for anyone interested. We're now on our way back from Gavi. The Indian giant squirrel is quite common in here. We spotted 2 of them, each eating fruit from a tree. It is difficult to tell their gender just by looking at their color or size. But they're likely a pair. For farmers, these squirrels can be really challenge, as they often damage crops near forested areas. The jungle camp in Periyar Tiger Reserve has been an incredible experience. It includes the Manamutti trek. While accommodation is basic, the Manamutti trek was fantastic, and the tiger sighting from yesterday remains unforgettable. That intense gaze from Aishwarya, the tiger, will stay with me for life. For anyone interested in prints of tiger photos, as well as the images taken from various locations including Africa, you can contact me via Instagram or email. I have posted a list of available photos on my Instagram stories, and the prices and other details are mentioned in the description. Our safari is coming to an end and we are heading back. In our excitement, we ended up skipping the bird watching and boarding activities. I've been on many safaris before, but I've never experienced the joy of a tiger sighting like this one. Thanks for joining and see you in the next episode. Bye bye until